Hi guys, and welcome to yet another very exciting Adobe Premiere Pro tutorial, and in this tutorial we will be learning about how to create titles in Photoshop and then bring them into Adobe Premiere Pro. Now so far we have learned how to create titles in Premiere Pro and apply them in here and then give them animation and stuff. But if your work requires a little bit more advanced titles and some more effects in them, then Adobe Photoshop is the way to go. In one of our previous tutorials, we have already worked in Photoshop, but that work was limited to still images. And the workflow for that was, if you want to send a document to a clip to Photoshop, right click on it and then come to this option which says Edit in Photoshop. As you can see, this option is not available because this option only works for still images. To send a clip or to add something, a title, a picture, or a logo, or a monogram of your brand or your channel, YouTube or something to it, you have to adopt a slightly different but easy workflow. Okay, and to do that, first of all, let us go to File and then to New, and then File, New, and then come here down where it says Photoshop file. Click on it. It will pop up this window. Click OK on it. Then it's gonna ask where you want to save your file. I'm gonna save my file on the desktop and I'm gonna name it on document. Okay. As you can see, the document has been created here in our project pane and Photoshop has been automatically open. Now one thing I want to mention is that you can start here in Photoshop first of all and create a title and then bring it to Premiere Pro. But starting in Premiere Pro and then going to Photoshop has its own advantages. As you can see, our action safe lines have been drawn automatically. Our aspect ratio and resolution and the document size has been set to our sequence. So those things we do not have to set manually because they consume time and it's a little extra burden on our workflow. So it is always preferable to start in Premiere Pro then go to Photoshop. So let's create our titles. I'm gonna come here and simply write a few titles, name it movie trailer. Okay, if you are not happy with the font, there is a plethora of fonts available here. It's even in different languages. In Premiere Pro there was not this much options, Chinese, Arabic, Sanskrit, Hindi, Hebrew, and so many. You are only limited by your imagination in Photoshop. Photoshop is like the world top, photo editing or title making and logos making, software. And also there are these emojis that you can add to your document if you want to, but I'm happy with my Broadway text that is, and the color is also okay. I'm gonna just make a simple border or a shape behind it so it looks like that the titles are on not in an empty space. Okay, once you do that, as I have created my rectangular shape a little bit larger, it asks me that whether I want to create a new, it has popped up this window which is telling me about its width and height. I'm gonna say okay, I don't mind it, or of course these areas would be cut it. Okay, now once that is created, its properties windows pop up. If it is not open, then go to it and open it and come here where its color dark is showing and click on it. I think I'm gonna go and give it a gradient and then click here on the gradient. Of course you can choose one of these gradients, but I'm gonna create my own gradient and then give it, which color looks good. Okay, this cyan color looks good. Okay, bright cyan. That's maybe this dark one. Okay, select it. On one side it's cyan. Okay, now I think I'm gonna reduce its opacity so that it is some sort of a see-through like that. Okay, now go to the other side and reduce its opacity also. It's white. 60, maybe even more. Okay, 49% is okay. Okay, once that's done, Actually, the problem with our rectangular is that it is created two of them. I think I'm gonna delete this one and come to this one's property and gonna create a rectangular or gradient here. Actually, we didn't knew that the shape was created, but I just forgot the opacity. We are going to reduce it. That's too much reduced. Okay, 80% is okay. On the other side, opacity should be reduced pretty much. Okay, 50% or something like that. Okay, I think I'm happy with the gradient. And now just one final step. We're gonna put it, beyond our title. You can go to layer for that purpose and go to arrange menu, and in here click on send to back. Now the title is in front and the rectangular is behind it. Of course, you can alternately arrange your layers in here. That will do the same thing, but that is also the option if you have too much stuff in your project in here. Now to bring this back to Premiere Pro, just go to file and click on save, and then just close it. We do not need to send it back to Premiere Pro because it is already in Premiere Pro, because it was created in Premiere Pro. So once you are happy with your title or created them, you can just bring them up like this. And now I'm gonna give it a little animation of opacity on both sides, so they come in, fade in and fade out. So okay, let's see how they look like in full screen. Okay, we're gonna play our movie now as the title fades in, and then once they rolls out, they fade out. As you can see how easy it is to make a document or a title in Photoshop and then bring it to Premiere Pro. If your needs are not met by the title creation tools that are available in Premiere Pro, you can always opt for creating your titles in Photoshop, which has so much more options, so much more effects, and so much more ability to create this sort of stuff. You can also do that for Illustrator and bring those documents up here also. For that, I think in the future I will make a tutorial, but for now that's it. I will hope to see you in the next tutorial, and I also hope that you enjoy this tutorial and learn something. Until next time, goodbye.